verbal riot.
What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the show. Feels like it's been a little bit, and I apologize for that. I unfortunately got very busy, as what happens with life, and I haven't been able to do as many shows as I've wanted to do over the past couple of weeks. But I feel like I've kind of gotten things sort of reconciled on a personal note, and I can get back into my rhythm. But either way, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for following me and sending me nothing but encouragement. And I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea, man. And thank you for watching me on other shows. I have been guesting on other shows, so you have been seeing me. I just haven't been able to sit down behind this camera and put a show together. But now I feel like things are kind of moving back into the way they need to be. And funny enough, this is the show right before Comic-Con. So I'm going to be at Comic-Con Friday through Sunday. So if you guys are out there, I'm going to be on the floor. I'll be hanging out with Alan, Chris, Gary from Neurotic. I'll be hanging out with all those guys. So if you see me on the floor, man, don't be shy. Come up, say hi. I would love to meet all you guys, man. So now that I bring that little sabbatical up, I feel like I need to kind of explain where things have been with me and YouTube. So, like I told you guys a while back, YouTube for some bizarre reason, didn't want to monetize me. I've been trying to file appeals and find out what's going on with that. They won't give me a straight answer because, unfortunately, a corporation like YouTube doesn't have to give you an explanation. They could just do whatever the hell they want, right? And believe it or not, guys, I've actually been playing nice with YouTube. I've been kind of a good boy, if you will. Some of you guys who've seen my other earlier videos know that I can get pretty fire and brimstone. Okay. And I feel like for the past, I don't know, 6, 7 months, I've been pretty tame. I've been pretty non-controversial, right? Talking about topics that are just entertainment related, right? Not political, just obviously some politics within the media, but for the most part, my show has been pretty non-political. But I feel like at this point, I don't care anymore, right? Like I feel like the shackles are off. So there are going to be some slight changes with my show. I'm still going to talk about the things I talk about. I'm still going to talk about movies, TV, gaming, but I am going to talk about some more topical things as well, right? Not so much political, even though there might be some political things here and there, but I'm not going to be as safe, for lack of a better word, as I've been. Because why? Why at this point? If YouTube wants to play these games with me and not monetize me, then why should I play nice? They can do whatever they want. And until they take my show away completely, then I'm gonna say what I want. But I have gotten some advice. I've gotten some advice from, many YouTubers that you guys know and follow and watch, and they told me to basically do something I wasn't sure I wanted to do. Okay. And that advice was to put up my PayPal or my Venmo in my description because I've had a lot of you guys send me messages saying you want to support my channel. And I thought that, hey, if I can get monetized, and we could just do it, through YouTube and do the whole super chat thing, and it would just be easier that way, right? Like I don't want to put down a PayPal account or a Venmo account because to me, I don't know, maybe it's my ego. I didn't want to do that. But a lot of friends who are in the YouTube space basically smacked me around and said, dude, shut up, what are you talking about, man? You have fans who want to support you. Put your PayPal in your description. So I'm not going to be prideful. I'm not going to uh you know be egotistical about it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there. And if you guys want to support me, that's great. And I definitely will appreciate it. But whether you do or you don't, man, I love the fact that you guys take time out of your day to watch the crazy shit I talk about. So Anyway, for those who want to support me, man, the PayPal account will be in the description, and I would greatly appreciate it. Trust me, it would help out with a few bills, if you get what I'm saying. But anyway, forget all that. You guys came here because you want to hear my review of Deadpool and Wolverine, which I had the pleasure of watching, man. I can't believe I'm saying that. I had the pleasure of watching an early showing on Monday. So, and I should have got the video out sooner, but again, life issues. But I have a lot to say about this movie, so I'm going to get right into it. All right. When I first heard about this movie, I got to be honest, man, I was kind of excited only because I love Ryan Reynolds, right? I love Ryan Reynolds, love Hugh Jackman. But I kept my expectations reasonable. You know what I mean? And the biggest concern I had about this was, okay, it's Disney. It's Disney, right? Say no more. Disney is not going to let them get away with the R rating. And I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. And I was pleasantly surprised that Disney actually agreed to do this. But I think Disney agreeing to do this shows how desperate Disney is because they know they have been screwing up for the past, let's just say since Endgame, right? Especially with the MCU. I mean, Lucasfilm, Star Wars, that's a lost cause. Like I said, you guys forget about it. Lucasfilm is done. It's gone. There is a sliver of hope though for the MCU. From what I've been hearing from my sources on the inside, there's hope. Okay. And I gotta say, man, if they're starting this out, this new phase with Deadpool and Wolverine, I think they're off to a great start. This movie, I don't want to say it exceeded my expectations, but it definitely lived up to the other two movies for sure, man. Was it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. Did were some scenes just kind of too long and gratuitous? Yes. And I get it. That's Deadpool. Trust me, guys. I'm a comic book guy. I know Deadpool. I know Wolverine. I know all of this. So I get that. But when you're sitting in a movie theater watching a film and it starts to feel long, right? That's a problem. But again, that those moments were few and far between. Okay, because honestly, this movie from beginning to end, it throws you right in there. There's very little lag, but when there is, you do kind of feel it. But they did it, man. They did it. They pulled it off. They gave us not only a rated R Deadpool movie, but they gave man. I see the thing is, guys, this is a spoiler free review, so I can't really get into what I want to talk about with this movie because I don't want to spoil anything, man. The movie's not out yet, and I know there's people already out there on Twitter, on on not YouTube, but I just seen so many spoilers already, and the movie isn't even. It comes out today, I think, officially, and I think that's so messed up, right? And I get it. I hate Disney too. I hate Disney. I understand. Screw them, right? I agree. Screw them. But I don't want to say screw Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman on this. And especially since it's a good movie. It's a good movie. So I want people to go in there surprised, not knowing anything, right? Because I'm telling you, there are some cameos in this, man, that it's literally like a fan wrote this film. Okay. There are some scenes, and this is the only thing I will spoil a little, just a little, is the point of the film is that Deadpool's universe, his world, is dying or is about to die because the TVA has decided for some reason, or a rogue member of the TVA has decided to get rid of Deadpool's timeline for a reason. And I'm not going to get into what that reason is. And so he goes looking for help in the form of Wolverine. And there's a reason specifically why. he chooses Wolverine. And I got to tell you, there are some. So obviously, we already know like the multiverse is involved, blah blah blah. Okay, but there's several scenes where they show just different variations of comic book Wolverine, and I'm telling you right now, when you see those on screen, when you see the cinematic versions of those versions in your head that you know of a Wolverine, it's going to blow your mind, man. I was in I was like, I have that comic, I have that comic, I have that comic, like I have these comics. Uh, the fan service in this film, second to none, second to none. Even in the way I'm talking about it right now, if you've noticed, guys, I'm excited because it's a good movie. It's a good movie. You rarely see me like this when it comes to Disney, right? Usually, when I talk about a Disney project, my head is low because I have nothing good to say. This movie, I do. And I give all credit to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Complete credit. Because not only was the film good, you could tell, you can almost tell they were having a good time making this film. Like they were enjoying every second of it, man. And believe it or not, even in a movie like Deadpool and Wolverine, there are actually some sentimental parts of the film where it's going to take you back a little bit, man. I again, guys, I'm surprised they pulled this off. Like I'm genuinely shocked. Everything worked, and there's so much more I want to say because there's so much more to say. But I again, there's so many spoilers in this. There's so many spoilers in this. The my I'd say if I had some real criticisms of the movie, I think I think the villain I don't I think they should have went with somebody else because there is an actual villain in the story. Not just a TVA, but an actual villain. Some of you guys probably already know, but I'm not going to say it because this is a spoiler-free review. I wish they kind of I wish they would have went with a different villain than who they went with. And okay, you know what? I guess I have to say it because otherwise I can't really talk about it. They went with what the big bad in this film is Cassandra Nova, which if you guys are comic book people, you know that is the twin sister of Charles Xavier. I think she was in the Grant Morrison run. She was introduced in the Grant Morrison run of X-Men. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was never a big fan, if I'm being honest, of that character. I guys, Grant Morrison is my favorite comic book writer. Okay, he could do no wrong. Is he hit or miss sometimes? Yeah, and I felt like with Cassandra Nova, the character, it was a miss for me. And you're talking to a guy who one of his favorite books in the world is Doom Patrol. Okay, but anyway, I just felt like her performance was okay. It wasn't bad. She was actually pretty decent. It just her character didn't land for me. It might land for other people, but it just didn't work for me. And I think that's really my only real criticism of the film is that she didn't work for me. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I mean, you guys might completely love her. You know what I mean? This was just a good fun popcorn movie, man. It was a good fun popcorn movie that gave fan service the right way. It gave it the right way. Okay, not like the Acolyte, where they steal from the EU what they want to acknowledge, right, from the EU. No, this wasn't like that. And again, this is something that gave me a lot of hope for the future of the MCU. I I'm again, I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing things that are now obviously there's some things that they couldn't stop, right? They couldn't stop Agatha from coming out. They couldn't stop Ironheart because the optics, right? So they couldn't get rid of these projects, and then you got Captain America, which I got to tell you, I'm not looking forward to. For me, that trailer It didn't work for me at all. Didn't like it. But and I don't like Falcon as Captain America. Even in the comic book, I never liked Falcon being Captain America, right? Falcon was his own character, and he was fine. He was great as his own character. He's an iconic character from the 70s, man. Like Falcon, he didn't need to lose his identity to become Captain America. And it makes so much more sense for Bucky to be Captain America than Sam Wilson. But that's just my own gripe. And don't even get me started with the Red Hulk thing. Don't get me started, man. But other than those movies and those two TV shows, I think the MCU is trying to be better. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we all know there's a female Silver Surfer coming soon, so do with that as you will. But I'll hold off judgment until I see a trailer. I'll hold off judgment until I talk to my friends who work for the MCU. I'll just wait before I judge the Fantastic Four, and that's why I never even got into the casting news of the Fantastic Four. I never covered it on my show because I want to wait for that. Because I feel like honestly, I feel like Fantastic Four is going to make or break the MCU completely. I think all of this hinges on the Fantastic Four being a success. Because if they can't make that happen, I think the MCU's done. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. But as far as Deadpool Wolverine, guys, go watch it. Go watch it, man. It's good. I loved it. Highly recommend people watch it, man. It's fun. It's a movie that you could definitely watch multiple times. Believe me, I'm going to see it again. I am definitely going to see it again, and I'm gonna see it with a different group of people next time, right? And then I might see it with a different group the next time. I think it's just that kind of movie that it's worth multiple watches. And for me to say that about any Disney film or a Disney project in general is insane to me. But hey, we're living in insane times, right? I mean, we got presidents getting shot at and uh yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it. I just wanted to kind of give that quick review. I again, I wish I could say more, but there's so much that to give away, right? And to be honest with you, I might do a second video on this movie next week after everybody's seen it. That is that has tons of spoilers, right? So I might do it that way. But anyway, guys, again, sorry for the couple of weeks of me being out. Glad you guys have followed me on other shows, though. You've been watching me on George the Giant Slayer or Film Threat Versus. I've been out there. I just haven't been behind. I haven't been the captain of my own ship for a couple of weeks, but the captain is back, and I plan to, like I said, just do my own thing. And you guys are going to see a lot of different topics from me besides gaming and film and TV. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, man. Uh, Also, be sure to Jesus, there we go. Wait, I am sorry, guys. It's been a while, man. I'm like, what buttons am I pressing? Guys, be sure to follow me on Rumble as well as X. And like I said, I'm going to put my Patreon. Actually, what I'm going to do is put my link tree in the description, which has my Patreon. I mean, Patreon, my PayPal. Oh my God. I feel like I have Comic-Con itis right now, right? Because I still got to pack up for Comic-Con. I still got to, wash clothes and cook dinner and do all these things before I leave at 5 in the morning for Comic-Con tomorrow. So my brain is all over the place. Let me say that all again. My link tree will be in the description. My PayPal will be in the link tree. So just click on the link tree and it'll take you there if you want to support. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.